they have more potential with this Lifestealer. He's going to be really farmed. You know what? Let's go with the Lifestealer draft. I think it's going to work out this time.
Okay. I am going to go for... It's so hard to bet against Mag. It really is. So... Oh, I don't know. I can't really call this such a close one. Like, there's so many nice intricacies between both of these drafts. I think I am going to go for T1 in this one. Simply because they got their backs against the wall. You know, SEA is strongest when people are doubting them. And I think it's go time for them. Make or break, SEA, it's time to get your own back. Let's throw it over to a cast for this one. We've got B-Cup and Mo Farah on the case for game number 2.
Thank you, Mo. He did say he was Mo Farah, right?
I think so.
That's what
he wishes, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, seriously, come on.
I think Nomad wakes up every day and wishes he was me.
Seriously. Carl saying Toronto in the chat, and then followed up by Tokyo.
So I think the Palo are right. This one is a really close draft on paper by the looks of it. I think I'd give the edge ever so slightly to Spirit, but really there's nothing in it. I think I'd just rather play their draft. They have that BKB piercing control for the Lifestealer in particular as well. It's going to be really key this game. I'm worried about their damage issues a little bit on Team Spirit, but if they can get this Gyro nice and farmed again like last game, then not sure there's going to be anything to worry about. T1's lineup, double save on their supports again. We've seen this quite a few times this tournament, and I think Carl's going to have to do a lot of work this game.
Looking like we're going to have a clash. Disruption, Cuckoo, he's looking to potentially get a skewer for the looks of it. He gets a two-man skewer. Now he's kind of by himself. This fight is very split up, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to die.
Cuckoo skewered him away from the split earth there from the left Shrek. I think Gyro could have potentially died, but unsure.
You're taking a lot of damage here. He does have that salve. Not sure if you really want to pop that too early. He's also working with a Tango. Taking a look at these matchups, what do you think is looking to be the best for each team?
As in, where should each team do best in the laning stage?
Yes,
I think.
Yes. Read my mind.
I'm interested to see how the Axe does against the Lifestealer, because Axe isn't really a hero we see a huge amount of anymore since the changes. He used to be basically a first pick hero all the time, but I feel like T1 should do really well in the spot lane. Like the Lifestealer constantly chipping away. I'm assuming at some point Team Spirit will eventually just start cutting waves, and then the Lifestealer kind of just trades farm. So
right. I'll have to see. I remember the days of when we used to see double stout shield axe. That was fun.
Oh god. Thank god they took that away. You should never do any damage to him. Why am I taking a lot of damage from the neutrals?
And 23 taking a lot of damage at the moment from the axe. A couple of right clicks, and I believe a spin with that battle hunger on him. Coming over. Ooh.
Zephyr taking a lot of damage here. He has the disruption ready for the homing missile coming through, so he should be fine.
Yeah, instead he lets it hit him, but the away Maposhka up out of the map and then back in it. Sure.
I think he was stuck behind a tree. It was like on the edge of the map. That was so weird.
Now the disruption comes out. It wasn't a self-disruption. Nobody dying yet. Top lane though, still the back and forth between the supports.
Yeah, this Gyro having a bit of a difficult time with the base damage of the mag at the moment. Gyro not a hero with a huge amount of damage to work with early on.
Ooh, Nightmare Yatoro though, not a lot of mana to work with, and he'll pop that flat cannon with that stick. Zephyr, let's be careful with his positioning on this one.
Yeah, he does at the same time that you can see them being ever so careful that if the skewer comes through from the mag, just potentially put them under that tower.
Nightmare again, Maposhka.
Got him.
Just throwing these right clicks. He's hoping to get him, but the time he's out of this disruption, he won't be in range to get that brain sap for what could have been first blood.
Yeah, he didn't quite have the mana, unfortunately, as well. Whitemon.
Battle Hunger, Whitemon.
The axe.
And doesn't want to go into the tower, but hit with that Frost Blast really quickly. He'll back away from trying to get this, but the Battle Hunger doing a lot here to Whitemon, making his life very difficult in this bottom lane. That being said, T1 top in CS in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, I was going to say the laning's going much better than game 1 so far. T1 having a good time.
From the void.
Especially this mid lane as well. Carl seems to be doing a really good job here. 7 denies already to work with.
I sense
The Remnant from Toronto, Tokyo. Just locking him up for a second.
Dire's bottom tower.
Labs will try and get all these creeps.
I think the Lesh is going to take the bounty room from the Dire side as well. I'm not sure. Kind of posturing a little bit. He's not. Okay.
Radiant structures are
Certainly giving it some thought.
Oh, even.
Ooh, ends the stun on Toronto, Tokyo. Diabolic chasing for a second.
I was going to say he even glyphs on Carl there to stop the voice script pushing the wave out. So they are going to trade the 4-minute runes. No support rotations for once, which is pretty rare at the moment. Not something you see very often.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of 3v3s. Homing Missile coming into Cuckoo. Zephyr's got that disruption. Cuckoo A-OK for now, and yeah, Mapochka's got to watch his positioning. 23 meanwhile bot, he's kind of low too.
Interesting, no shockwave leveled up on the mag as well. Usually we see these offlane mags go for at least 2 points in the shockwave relatively early on. But
that's pulling this creep wave all the way over.
I'd like to see Toronto Tokyo, maybe they get a support rotation when he hits the level 6 mark in the mid lane, but I'd like to see them try and play off that big Astral Step timing. You can see already now, this is what we were talking about, Collapse. Just going to start skipping the creep waves now. Aiming for that Vanguard timing. Oh, Yatoro.
Ooh. Stacks, and he's got 3. We'll miss the 4th. Mapochka, though, eventually trying to get a kill here on a Zephyr, and we'll get first blood again. Almost feels like every time he's on this band, he gets first blood successfully, and Mapochka on these 5 positions has just been so deadly.
Now, Peacock, what's the similarity between last game and this game? At this point.
Mapochka got first blood?
Yeah. And what does that mean? He gets more. Come on, Peacock, you can do this. It's like a test.
Praise?
Sure.
Shit.
I was going to say, look at the supports of net worth this game. It's similar to last time.
Yeah, it is pretty similar. You've got Shadow Demon at only 400 now. Ooh. Toronto Tokyo taking a lot of damage, but they've got the Astral Step going into the Diabolic Edict. Mapochka is saving that haste rune to fill up that bottle, though.
Look at the difference in support net worths. Again, this game is so similar. They've had to spend so much gold on regen in the laning stage, and their cores haven't necessarily benefited from it massively.
And these supports only have consumable net worth. The only one who doesn't is the Lich with the stick. But other than that, Smoke, Wards, Mango, Clarity.
Tied to the impurities.
Now, this bot lane, basically what happens is the Axe and the Lifestealer both trade farm, right? But the Axe can farm the neutral camps at the same time as well. So it's obviously slightly Axe favored, and the Lifestealer can bring the neutrals towards can bring the wave towards neutral camps as well. But he doesn't farm them quite as quickly. You see he's doing it right now.
They deserved it not.
They've smoked up, they want to go and get this Axe, but Collapse got this Vanguard, and he's already eluding them. Carl coming over, and their lockdown would be disruption into a split earth. And he breaks the smoke, the stun lands, he's in trouble. They get the call off, but I don't think that's going to matter. The Sinister Gaze comes out from Whitemon, they get the kill to Collapse, they will get this Axe for once.
Oh, they're taking the stacks though.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Oh
attack.
dear.
And Cuckoo comes over and spots the last of the stacks being gone. That's
No RP. He's like 1 XP off the RP on Mag. I don't think it would have mattered because there's nobody nearby, but
maybe would have had that RP into, say, a skewer and had the damage. Who knows?
are they going to take the stacks back the other way again as well? Oh, they're stacking again. This Gyro.
It's about to go
a lot of net
off.
worth.
And this is the thing too, Miposhka, not only does he really help out in the lane, but he's got all these stacks inside their jungle ready to go for Yatoro, just like the last game. And then inside their triangle, they've got the big camp that Toronto Tokyo is working on, and then the ancient stack for the Gyrocopter.
Dire's top tower is under
We'll possess mask. I think we know who's going to be taking that one.
Dire's structures
Bane, of course.
are fortified.
Of course, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Got to have as
About
much
Phoenix on
lifesteal as
the-
possible, B-Cup.
2-1 tower, but will be pushed away. Yeah, of
Radiant's
course.
bottom tower is under attack.
And he and his Phoenix have quite a bit of net worth. They're doing a really good job here. Yatoro will finish off, and he is this time not gone straight to the Chrysalis. He's gone into the treads, and now he's going for the Chrysalis.
I just want to say something quickly. I think the Lesh is just going to push this wave out, and they might just smoke and go for the axe again. You can see Collapse. He scans because he thinks that they're going to be making this rotation towards him again.
Ooh, is Collapse gonna get this? Yeah, he'll take the stacks instead.
I think this blink timing from the axe is so key, though, this game. You need that raw initiation. Yatoro's getting so low in the jungle. He's playing with fire. I mean, he's obviously not under any threat, but...
Living on the edge, and he's got that Chrysalis flying out.
Carl, I'm going to try and force this mid-tier 1 down. Goofy making the rotation as well, so...
Dire's
get it.
They need to
middle
be
tower has fallen.
careful about how they retreat from this, and they'll all go south. This is with 23 taking some harassment from Collapse, and I think they want to wrap all the way around and get the kill on this axe. This is a good wraparound if they continue it, but they wait and they farm the jungle.
Thank goodness Collapse did take that ancient stack as well, because T1 were ready there to invade and try and take it away from what they assumed would be the Gyrocopter.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't play aggressive and go for Collapse in that bottom lane, but instead took that one camp and placed down some vision.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, Collapse knows something's up there, right? So, like, he walks to the right-hand side of the map. He's not even just farming the lane. Yatoro, not as farmed as he was last game, but, like, across the board, TSpirit, 2k net worth up already. Do they have the grip available? It doesn't look like it.
He just hit level 6.
Okay, so he does have it now when he wants to level it up.
Bottom tower
Carl's
is
by
under
himself
attack.
here.
If he strays into them, it can be an issue. They're not going to spot him. That ward just a little bit short. They've also got Mira and Toronto Tokyo coming over.
Carl might go for another wave here.
And if he does, he might just be dead.
Yeah, I think he's going to see the gyro and be like, okay, never mind. Nice to see the mag playing near the Lifestealer, though. You want to use that in power as effectively as possible to help your carry, play in relatively similar areas of the map.
Who is this pace benefiting the most at the moment?
It's difficult to say. I think, you know, obviously, T1, they have the power for the Lifestealer, which is great, but
Right.
I think both teams are just waiting for their individual timing, right? Like, this mag probably wants his blink to really be the big threat. Zephyr here is going to show.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Only Mr. coming out. Miposhka shows himself. Nightmare. Toronto Tokyo going in. Miposhka putting the stun. They've got the Fiend's Grip now. Do they have the damage before Miposhka goes down? No, not enough. They lose Whitemon. They lose Zephyr. Down goes Carl. They've got the Culling Blade to cut him in half. And TSpirit make good movements. 23's also up here with Cuckoo. It's not leading to anything. And it's, again, TSpirit not only moving well, but Miposhka, just the patience to sit in those trees and wait for somebody to show like that. The plan was set.
Radiant's
The trap was laid
middle
out,
tower is under attack.
and they snagged them.
Yeah, like T1 was set up and ready to go, but Spirit just brought the numbers. Like, they made sure they brought like 5 to the fight that T1 brought 3 to, and they didn't even really have to commit a huge amount. Great call by Collapse as well, catches the back line, and they just clean through. Like, yeah, Miposhka, he has to use the grip, but they kill the Lesh for it, so more than worth,
Dire's
even if he
middle
does fall.
tower is under attack.
But without the spells now, Carl can move back up to this top lane, should be able to finish this tier 1. 22 Savage with the armlet as well. Best farmed hero in the game, he's doing pretty well.
This time, you know, working with Empower, getting that farm, getting that buff up, and right now he's at the top, but he's almost surpassed by Yatoro, who's trying to get a bottom tier 1 of his own. He's got gold in the bank and ready to withdraw it from this tower. Black Cannon cleaning up the creep wave, just 1,700 gold away from finishing the Ags. He's got Treads, Crystallis, and 2 components in. This is Yatoro taking this tower all by himself and nobody coming over to defend it at all.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower.
Pretty much full to dead. Bit of a surprise.
I think Miro's looking to try and break smokes there potentially, but didn't end up
Toronto
using
Tokyo, ooh, the idea and the glimmer in his eye to make that jump onto the high ground, potentially go for something, but it's probably a tough kill. Right now, T1, they've done a really good job. They've kind of, it looks like a very quick pace from TSpirit in that they had a 2K, 3K lead early on, and yes, it's still at that 2K, it's dripped back down even. But Magnus helping this Lifestealer, helping 23 just farm up and sit towards the top. A lot different than what we saw with Gyro in the last game.
They're moving down here. Oh, if Maposhka breaks this smoke.
He just skirts it, and that actually might be worse if they were to catch Collapse. Now he comes back over. He's picked up by Carl and activated out of that pile. Yeah, so he doesn't break the smoke, and it ends up, like I said, hurting them more because Collapse ends up being the one who goes down. That's good movement from T1, just out of range there from Maposhka to break that smoke, and now he's missing some sentries down and needs to run. Whitemon has the Sinister Gaze just on the edge. Chain Frost thrown out, and they've got the Splitter. They'll get yet another kill. Some really good movements there from T1, and they've got this blink on Cuckoo, and that's a big moment for him.
This is what we mean sometimes when we say, like, oh, it's just better for the 5 to break the smoke and just die, right? Like, it looks like if they just die, sometimes it looks really stupid, right? But it ends up, yeah, Collapse just dies there instead. And they end up both dying in the end. But, you know, they're not really falling behind on gold at all still.
And the sports are coming back too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when this first egg goes off as well. I think with the Axe Call on top. Because I think T1 are going to struggle to deal with that egg. They do have the Lifestealer, obviously, which is the big one. But with the 2 BKB piercing disables in the core and the grip, it might not be easy for him to just, you know, cleanly hit it. Yatoro's sitting under a ward here. Oh, they're going to go. Okay. Oh, Lich
breaks the smoke and TP's out. The rest of the team is out. And like
played by T1. They're going to see the gyro
up top. They've got the RP. They'll get the split earth. They have the control. They'll get the kill. Big one there for T1.
Yeah, that's such a huge moment in the game. The fact that they managed to dodge the smoke gang and then pick up the gyro kill from under the ward. Wow. That's like such a big swing of events, honestly. Like, these are the kind of small margins that we talk about at the end of the game where we're like, oh yeah, like this could have really been the difference maker. This had happened differently.
That's that first moment.
Is under attack.
Haven't really seen the call Supernova combo. They've got the Ags finished off on the gyro. They get the blink call. Astro step in, and they'll have the control to get the kill on a Zephyr. Culling Blade cutting him in half. Good move there by Collapse. It's just the support though, not equivalent to that Yatoro kill. Toronto Tokyo though, stepping up on 23. You need to be careful. Collapse looking to come around the back with the help of Mira. This could be the blink call Supernova combo that they want. And I think sensing that, T1 make the wise decision and back away from that area of the map. Yeah,
I mean, T1 are going to hang around on the left and TSpirit are going to hang around on the right because they don't want to invade the high ground that T1 are sitting on. And they're D-ward instantly from T1. Really well played. They do get a much deeper ward down though. Not going to help so much with the tier 1, but potentially later on it could.
You know that Zephyr's coming over again, and Cuckoo. I almost want to say he's looking to make a jump, but he doesn't have RP. A little bit difficult for him to make the jump. Oh, he does blink in, but he blinks into the Aether, and now he's going to steer himself back. They've got the summary. The blink call! It's on the floor! They've got everybody! Supernova right on top of it. They'll get the kills on Cuckoo and Carl. They've got the Fiend Grip on to 23. What a maneuver from TSpirit! Oh, Collapse!
tower is under attack.
What a call!
I want to point out quickly as well. It's not just the call. The start of that fight, the Magnus goes in to blink in Skewer on top of Toronto Tokyo to try and chain stun him, but he's preemptively put an Aether Remnant down so that Mag blinks in on top of the Aether Remnant, and that completely loses the fight. And then all of a sudden, there's just 4 heroes on top of each other because they're trying to react to the Mag blink. And yeah, insane call by Collapse.
Yeah, and Toronto Tokyo does a good job there of backing away from the group as he was getting hit with that Chain Frost, so it didn't bounce and potentially they lose anybody from that Chain Frost, because Whitemon was the only one not hit by that call. They played it pretty much perfectly, and they were set. They were preemptively set for the Magnus to jump, and you could tell that Cuckoo wanted to jump. And then he immediately pays for it by getting hit by that Aether Remnant and skewers himself back alone.
It's just such a heads-up play by Toronto Tokyo.
It's really covering your bases.
I mean, we saw that play from T1 before. I think it was yesterday, when they played the sniper, and they were laying Aether Remnants on top of their sniper in case the other team tried to initiate, so... I think that's the first time we've seen it actually work, though, this tournament.
Yeah. Sanj picked up for Carl.
Forget the Seb chat word, by the way. Collapse, man.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, somebody spam his name. This game comes out from the Radiant, so they know that the Dire are up here. Assimilate trying to run. Cuckoo's here with 23. They use that RP, I believe, and yeah, that's going to be Nightmare Save. Void Spirit, but they've got the Nightmare Save. He's still going to end up going down. The Supernova's going to be on the high ground. They're going with the Black Hand, and the damage coming in for Yatoro. They get the kill on the Whitemon, Carl, Cuckoo, all hitting the deck. 3 heroes gone. 23 will breakdance to safety, but he's not even that far away. Collapse goes for a call, but that's well far out.
I think he thought he had blink again for some reason. He blinked in and tried to be like, oh, I'm gonna blink, cool. It happens.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, good play by T1. Like, they find the initial entrance onto the Void Spirit, right? But it takes so long to kill him because of the Nightmare Save from the Bane. But then, like, the follow-up damage coming through from Spirit is just far too much. They managed to get this egg down again.
Yeah.
And look at Mira's net worth in this game. And Mira on this Phoenix. For so much.
I sense.
Zephyr dying again at Toronto, Tokyo.
And there's the BKB for the Gyrocopter. What's for the axe? Oh my goodness.
Okay, Mira's got Veil, Force Staff. He's level 13. He's going into the Shard, and he just about has the gold for it. It's not normal that you see 2 items and then just after the 20-minute mark, Shard 2 for support in that 4 position. What's crazy is he's almost as farmed as Cuckoo, who has the benefits of Empower.
Yeah, but I mean, they have been winning fights though on Spirit, right? So they do have that benefit going their way.
Radiant's bottom
What's the Lifestealer building? Is he going Skadi? Or...
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of needs to this game. I was wondering whether he might go for a damage item, but I think the Skadi's far too good to pass up here.
Bottom lane pushing in. Aether Remnant's there for the TPs. 23 might go right into one. He does, but there's no follow-up jump. They are smoking and wrapping around.
They want the backline. They want to be able to kill like the Shadow Demon and the Lich if they're trying to be in position to save the Lifestealer. And you see Zephyr is here. He's just hiding in the trees.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now they draw a line, and they're going to go right through the middle of the map and go up.
Yeah, it's just a good read by T1 that we talked about this earlier on, that the having the idea of like pairs sitting with each other, where like you have one of your supports sitting behind the course, it's in a dangerous place.
Magnus hit with the blink call. Cuckoo in trouble. Sunray on him. Coin Blade
and that's
unneeded.
The Mag's going to have to buy back here if they want to contest this. I just don't think they're in a position to at the moment, though.
Faking this Roche.
It's gonna fall eventually.
Jesus.
Now, if you're T1, how do you approach this Aegis fight? It's so difficult. They have grip here available on the Bane, so if they can keep vision on this Lifestealer... Oh, did pop the rage though, so he's fine.
Zephyr, though, he's going to be caught. Sunray on top of him. Zephyr burning out. We're getting another kill. He's 3-0-7. He hasn't died yet. He's got that shard, and he's got 1,200 more gold.
Yeah, I mean, the shard on Phoenix is obviously going to be so good this game. It means you can just commit the egg straight away on the axe call and not have to worry about not having Sunray available, because you obviously just cast it during the egg.
Is about to hit that 10,000 net worth lead mark.
This Toronto Tokyo axe is going to be a big deal this game as well. If you can jump onto the backline, it kills the Shadow Demon so quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And even if you catch the Lifestealer with it, right? Like, he hasn't got a purge to be able to take off the silence.
Yeah, and it could be a problem for Cuckoo too, right?
Yeah, it's a really good item, this game. Like, I know we see axe a lot on Void Spirit normally anyway, but this game in particular,
Bottom tower is under attack.
feels like it has so much value.
Radiant's bottom tower has
So they
fallen.
take the tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower
You've
is
got
under
Karo
attack.
just trying to push out the top tier 2, and well, Lifestealer trying to get it into the sky. He's 1,000 gold off of it. You can see TSpirit, they're still ready to go, and they're going to pop that smoke, look for more.
Yeah, they know there's nobody bot, right? So they just smoke and they're going to run across the map and just see who they find. Because T1 have to be somewhere. They're not just going to be sat in their base. I think T1, they know something's up here. So they're all just starting to TP away.
Yeah,
Good
you
read.
can sense it. So Collapse, so clean up top. He's going for a refresher on Collapse.
Wow, interesting. I mean, the double BKB is really good against Lifestealer in particular, right? So I kind of get it, but it's a really expensive item. I thought he might consider something like an AC potentially, but we'll see if he commits all the way for the refresher.
Yeah, for sure.
He might change his mind yet.
Starting to move together as a unit here on TSpirit. As T1 trying to open up the map as best they can and find some farm here. Lifestealer still looking for the Scotty and doesn't have it quite yet, but the Ags will come out for Toronto Tokyo. And they're going to start heading towards bottom. Searching has another astral step, and Karo into the trees. And Toronto Tokyo will show himself. Aether Remnant. Ooh. The other direction, and it might have caught Zephyr.
Thread the needle, didn't it there? So right between the two of them.
Over mid now, though. Carl.
Now you can see the Spirit are desperately trying to use this Aegis to force a fight, but T1 are doing a great job of like just shoving the lanes out constantly and not letting Spirit have that big like 5-on-5 fight that they're looking for. And I love this. He's going satanic on the Lifestealer. This is what we were talking about. You need a way of taking off the silence from the Ags on Toronto Tokyo, so the dispel that it offers is going to be really key here, just in case he needs it.
Over on mid, they've got Cuckoo TPing in. Sentry looking for the blink as well as the RP, but he's working with an Aegis. Even committing to that is really tough, and especially now that you've lost Zephyr. Fighting just doesn't seem like it's in the cards, or at least it would be really tough. You do have a tier 2 there, you could buy back and TP in.
Oh, Titan Sliver on the Gyrocopter, by the way. This stays resist against the SD and the Mag. We've seen this a few times today now, where they've managed to get the double up. Feels incredibly strong every time.
And we missed it going over on the 23.
They have to respect the skewer back from the Mag here,
Yeah.
because the Aegis doesn't have a huge amount of time left, I don't think.
It's got 18 seconds left, and Cuckoo trying to catch up. He's got the skewer. Now they get the skewer before the Aegis times out. Sunray on him, keeping Yatoro alive. Another look for the blink as well as the call, but it's not going to land on 23. The Chain Frost doesn't bounce to anybody. And now Mira, he does have that supernova. He gets away from the rest of the pack. Goes into the supernova. They've got the stun. The right click's coming in from Zephyr as well as Carl. They get the kill on the white one. They'll take the 2 supports. The Astro Step across 3. They may have gotten Mira, but how much is it going to cost them? Disruption 23 popping up the
George in trouble.
He's all by himself. The skill comes in, but the left coming through with the call again. They get the kill on Zephyr. They use the OP. They'll lock down Yatoro. They've got a Beach Grip out onto Carl. It's not enough damage just yet, but they've got the Astro Step coming across the bow. Essence Ring. Carl surviving. They hit the sweep onto this Lifestealer. Aether Remnant will lock him up again. Collapse trying to find Carl. He's got blink in 10 seconds. The stun lands. Can he keep up with him? Toronto Tokyo with an Astro Step. And now Carl trying to TP out. They have the damage. They'll get the kill. They'll take it a 4th. They got Yatoro. They killed off this gyro.
Has everything acts
Problem becomes it doesn't feel like enough. It's a 2 for 4.
Yeah, that fight could have been so much better for T1. They were, well, I say that for Spirit, they missed the initial call, right? I think if they hit the call and they lay down the egg on top, that fight goes so much better for them initially, right? But the Phoenix has to egg without any protection, and it forces T1 to come over and take the egg. And as you saw, they take it so slowly, it still nearly went off anyway. And so they all get dragged out of position. They do manage to kill the egg, but pay you their life for it.
Yeah.
They've just got
just Zephyr and Carl hitting at the egg. They needed a +1 on it.
Yeah, they did, but it was such a split fight where the Phoenix had 4 staffed away, so it was slightly difficult to get to, right?
Yeah.
This Gyrocopter, as you can see though from that last fight, does take a huge amount of damage from the Lifestealer. And you can't even just run away on the Gyro anymore because of the Skadi on the Lifestealer. Dagon on the Void Spirit.
Psychic Headband. That'll be nice for Maposhka.
And he's doing Refresher on the Axe.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This BKB on the Lesh is a big deal now though as well. So this Void Spirit not going to be able to just completely blow up the Lesh anymore.
Starting to feel like T1 have a lane, right?
Like, but even without the Aegis here, they're still Team Spirit just want to go. They want to force this big 5-on-5, and Zephyr.
Zephyr blink call. They get the kill. Take out the Shadow Demon. Minimum 42 seconds until Roche is back up. Maposhka, he's looking to stop a TP. The grip, and he's got the keen optic, but now the skewer that stops the TP. They're going to try and get this kill, but they got Mira coming over there.
Really bad
into Cuckoo. Now Cuckoo needs to try and run, but he doesn't have a TP. He'll be forced to use that RP, and now they look over at Mira. They're trying to get the kill on the Phoenix, but they've got the blink as well as the call coming in from Collapse. They look over at Cuckoo. They've got the damage coming in from Toronto Tokyo. There's the going way to get the kill. Astral Step right on the 23. He's going to try and run. He's raged up and trying to get away. Collapse. Another call. The gap and get the call. Yes, he is. He's right on it. Rocket Barrage once again. He'll get the Satanic, but the Culling Blade is in time. Collapse. Kills off 23.
Sick play from Maposhka though. Manages to get the grip off onto the Lifestealer. I'm surprised the Lich cancelled didn't cancel the TP. I don't know whether he realized what was going on and they didn't communicate it or something, but I think if the Lich cancels the TP there, maybe they can stay and fight. But either way, massive play by Maposhka.
Waitmon thinking about going in, taking that outpost. Yatoro shows a TP, so he backs away, and now the TP in from Carl. They don't have RP. I mean, they don't even have Cuckoo. Roche is up in
pretty quick.
50 seconds. It's a relatively quick one.
Thanks.
It's starting to upgrade that Dagon now at level 2.
I mean, luckily for T1, the Roche spawns after the Lifestealer respawns, right? Otherwise, that could have been horrendous for them.
And it spawns around the time of RP, just a little bit before, so they'll have options. It's just a very tough fight for them.
And this is there's a DD outside the pit as well. I think this is a massive advantage for either team if they can get it.
Astral Step spots it, and they'll let Yatoro pick it up and fill up that bottle, so he'll have the ability to hold it. Meanwhile, Mira, he's got an Aeon Disc coming his way, and they're going to back, of course, his 5 and look to smoke.
This is a big deal as well, because it's not just the DD, it's just as he picked up a Daedalus as well. So not only is he survivable on the Gyro, but he has like a massive damage increase from the last fight. So this Lifestealer and the rest of T1 might not expect this damage increase.
They group up, they smoke. 5 heroes smoked up, and they're holding the high ground trying to break these smokes, but I'm not sure that's even going to matter.
Good positioning from the cores, though.
Toronto Tokyo not looking to take the chance.
Yeah, you don't want to just run up into the high ground without vision, especially when the Roche is up. You know, one bad fight, the other team, they take the Roche, they find their way into the game.
They placed down that observer ward that's actually going to spot Carl. Carl didn't break the smoke on Maposhka, who was coming over to place down this ward.
Yeah, it was just a sentry that got down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And now they'll
attack.
take the sentry right on back. But into Roche they go.
I wonder if T1 know this. They must know something's up. But with the DD, this Roche dies so fast, they're going to see it with the Shadow Poison.
22 coming in with the Aether, and it's on the money. We're going to range. They're trying to come in with the blink and the call. Coming in with collapse. They got the super over the side. They get the agency. On the great. Collapse gets the kill on a Cuckoo. Cuckoo did so fast. Fiends grip out on a 23. Look at the going way. They'll take out 3 so fast. Carl, BKB, TP attempt. The damage is out. Collapse with the triple kill, taking out Zephyr, the only one to survive and tell the village the story is Carl. But so fast.
Yeah, really well.
Spirit.
Really well played by Toronto Tokyo as well. We didn't see it because it was off camera, but he basically just jumps the backline while everybody else is going on the Lifestealer. And I think T1, they basically have to react to that Roche, otherwise they get the free Aegis on the gyro, right? But it pulls them all out of position away from the high ground, and they're not ready to take the fight because they're rushing into the pit. And the support positioning from TSpirit really well played on the far side of the Roche pit. They get the full grip off onto the Lifestealer, they get the egg off. And without buyback on the 23 Savage here, TSpirit looking really good.
Bubbles 3 and 4 there on the Dagon for Void Spirit. I'll take the tier 3, and they're going to work on these racks while Toronto Tokyo works on the tier 3 over bottom for a split second, comes back over mid, and it will be Oscar Reencore next for Collapse. Shockwave, Astro Step. Oh, the silence as he's going Sinister Gaze. Yes.
He's just trying to poke and prod to stop the skewers coming in from Toronto Tokyo. Again, there's that Aether Remnant that we were talking about before.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
TPM from 23. This is a risky play. They do still have RP. Sunray on a 23. They have the Aether Remnant. The Lotus Orb is there. The silence comes out from Toronto Tokyo with the Resonant Pulse. The Blink try and skewer him back. And now they've got a homing missile coming the other way. They need to be careful. The stun lines on the Yatoro. He's got the Aegis. They want to go in with a Blink RP and try and make a big play happen, but just going up against the Aegis is a lot of a deterrent.
The melee Rex is so low.
Down, and the melee Rax, it's healing. I don't know if it's going to heal enough.
Yeah, it should go down eventually. I think they're just waiting for the next round of spells.
Coming through on a 23. They've got the Tekken as well. Look at 22 is going to be there for 85 seconds. They look for the RP, but they get the kill to Kuku as well. Zephyr and this Supernova coming through. Down goes Whitemon. 4 heroes dead. And it's looking like it's going to be a full team wipe. And yeah, they'll call GG. TSpirit will eliminate T1. Continue to be the Southeast Asian Kryptonite as they get the series 2-0.